I'm Ben Fox, the Project Development Manager for Project Splash, and as you can see here, these are the plans, future plans. We're hoping to go from a very overgrown mill pond to a lovely, clear, open, large waterway that the mill once was. It was a critical part of it's a critical part of the mill's history. It's a third of the mill's history, we argue, because the water power is so important for the waterwheel and for the steam engines, and hence it's a key feature on our sketch here, on our board here, showing the waterwheel. The mill pond is about an acre and a half of, or was an acre and a half of open water, and it was reserve water supply in a way for the water wheel and for the steam engines, especially during the summer when the levels of water when the levels had dropped, when there was much less rainfall, and it was also there for if there was a fire, there was a nice head of water in case of fire, and the mill did burn down, or parts of the mill did burn down, sort of in the early days, so fire was a frequent concern, so that's why they built the mill pond, and it's fed from the River Culm, up by the Great Weir, and it flows through and then down the Culm Valley and joins back into the Culm eventually. So you just see, this is the barbecue work in progress. So we'll have a barbecue area here, so local people from the area will be able to come and use at any time the barbecue area, and the seating over here for everybody as well to be able to use. And what better sort of picturesque location can you ask for, really? So a few months ago this was fully overgrown. And you couldn't even sort of get access up onto the top of the side of the mill pond. You see the brick retaining wall. This would have all been water. It's now completely overgrown, and we think there's about 11 million litres of silt in here that one day we'd like to dig out. And it's about an acre and a half of open water. So we've now got a sort of an access platform and bridge built by our esteemed volunteers, and they've cleared the path going sort of east and west, and we'll walk sort of easterly direction to show you the sluice gate. This, what we're standing on, is called a RAP, R-A-P, and basically that's the sort of spoil, that's the sort of bank of a mill pond like this, the sort of RAP area, so it retains the head of water, at the moment a head of silt and sludge and vegetation. So this is one of the sluice gates. There's basically two sluice gates, one here and one about 500 metres further down on the mill race, and these would have been used to clean out the mill pond. So they would have been opened out, and then any sort of build-up of silt would have been pushed down through the sluice to then just keep the mill pond sort of constantly sort of clear, and it would have been probably just let out onto the field or into the watercourse, which of course these days isn't something one could do without having proper licenses, etc. And obviously it also needs a massive amount of restoration, this particular sluice, but hopefully one day we'll be able to restore it and have it as a working sluice again. So if you're panning a shot over 10 seconds. So here we've come to the end of where the mill pond tapers into the race itself. As you can see, a bit of water here. You haven't seen much water to date other than in the mill area itself, and we're looking to sort of raise upwards of 1.8 million over sort of 3-4 phases of restoring this mill pond and sort of surrounding area to what it was sort of 100 years ago, 150 years ago, and it would end up telling a third of the mill story, because the water was so important, and to have a good water supply was so important for the mill, for, as I said, for the steam and for the waterwheel, and we need to recruit more volunteers. We need to raise some good funds to allow us to motor ahead with this sort of development, and it encapsulates sort of the 200 years of history that the mill is all about, the innovative sort of textile industry that it is. So.